So we're banning Draven versus Hansama. T1 with even though Gumayushi is a perfectly fine Draven player, and they even played it in the LCK final. So they're going to take the Lucian. Okay, I don't understand banning the Lucian versus G2. This doesn't feel like, that feels super weird. I think T1 can just take the Lucian. This is the smart one. Remember, guys, how I said ban Ashe? Ban Ashe. This is what I said about FlyQuest. You must ban Ashe. You must. Or you're going to first pick it. You cannot give it to them. And they're taking away the Rumble. This is going to be, I think Rumble for the rest of the tournament is just going to be a staple blue side ban because it's too dangerous on R5 as support or as top. And they're taking away the Senna too, which is still like 20-1 for Gumayushi. So we're going to see the Callista ban though, which is Draven Callista are the typical bans against Hansama. Nope, it's going to be Nico. Caps has had a good Nico. I'm sure Mickey can play it too. So probably Callista first pick here? Yes. Okay. I actually think it's crazier to give Hansama Callista than Lucian. I don't understand the Lucian ban. G2 has been practicing Lucian Nami, and I'm sure they've been practicing it, but are you more scared of Hansama's Lucian or Callista? The answer is Callista. But they can take Varus now. So he's going to take Varus in response. What support are we going to play with this? No, we're going to take Xin Zhao. This has been owner's like go-to pickup. You know, he has been extremely good on it this split. Allows them to play very aggressively in the bot side of the map. And we talked about this, but one of the weirder things about Nautilus right now for Keria is it used to be his best champ, and now he just kind of sucks at it, which is a problem. Like 2 years ago, it was being banned against Keria when it wasn't even meta. And now, like, nobody cares if he has it. Lilia. All right, Yike is a known Lilia player, and G2 plays more Lilia than most other champions. I don't know much about the Lilia Xin Zhao jungle matchup, but one would think it's probably pretty nice to be able to catch out. So first off, Varus is pretty low mobility. Secondly, you can probably sleep Xin Zhao, which prevents him from getting into position to ult, which is interesting. And they're going to take the mid Tristana blind for caps. Incredibly oppressive, really cool. So I think the reason why they're blinding Tristana here is because Tristana will create pressure in basically any matchup, and that'll allow Lilia to invade and counter jungle. Okay, TF, this has been another common ban. So basically, Zeus has switched over from blinding Aatrox every game to blinding TF every game. So we've seen it banned a lot versus T1. So they must have a plan about the TF. They must have a scheme. I'm going to say no Zach. Remember, TF might be a little bit vulnerable in lane swaps. He's pretty easy to dive early. Whoa! Whoa. All right, Yasuo's super good pick here. I love it. I love it with the Lilia. I love it with the Rel. All right, interesting that we get an Alistar last pick here. Let's talk about these team comps. So this is super interesting. Yasuo, this is a Broken Blade special that we've seen time to time in the top lane. This is one of the reasons why G2 is so dangerous, is they have a lot of weird pocket picks like Lilia and Yasuo that other teams don't play very much. You know, this Yasuo, the setup is absolutely huge because you're looking how you can trigger Yasuo ult. Well, you can trigger it off of Callista ult. You can trigger it off of Rel. And you can set it up, crucially, if you get a multi-man sleep with Lilia, it becomes really easy to set up that Yasuo ult for the big ol' wombo. So you have several triggers to set up the Yasuo ult. I think, yeah, you can do it off of Trist ult too, pretty sure. So basically, everybody but Lilia has a chance to trigger Yasuo ult. And Yasuo is super good into lane versus Twisted Fate because he wind walls gold card or red card. So this is both a good lane matchup, really big all-in pressure. Probably TF has to take exhaust this game, so I expect we're going to see flash exhaust for Zeus. Yeah, I mean, this feels really strong. This feels really strong for G2. I really like this draft. This is such a G2 draft. It's clever. You have really good internal synergy with the composition for this like team fighting wombo combo, and you get good lane matchups. On the T1 side, this is basically going to be a pick comp. I mean, this is classic T1 pick composition. It's what they've been running for 2 years. It's not super good in the straight up 5v5. I would not fight the 5v5 versus this because the possibility of that sleep into Wombo is so huge. But really good single target lockdown. Varus ult, Alistar, WQ, Twisted Fate going to the back line with a gold card. Very long range engage, Xin Zhao W, right, into E. So very long range engage, really good choke control. Azir Sand Soldiers, Xin Zhao standing there in ult, for example, Alistar standing in a choke point. So I expect T1 to play this more like a pick composition. We'll see what they can get done early. T1's kind of in a bind, I think, because they don't probably want to play the 2v2 in the bot side. Like, it's going to be pretty weak level 1. but also, and you probably don't want to play the Yasuo Twisted Fate matchup, but you also don't necessarily want to lane swap with the TF because he's so diveable. Super fun draft, though.
Overload if Carrier does overstep. Mickey looking for Faker, who steps around the wall.
Oh my god. I love it, guys. I love it. Dude, somebody finally punished the Faker ward. Ah, T1. G2 are the gods of level 1s, by the way. They have the best level 1s in League of Legends, and this is why. Let me tell you about the Faker ward. The Faker ward, you guys hear me talk about it on the stream every time. The Faker ward goes right here, around 1:30 into the game, right? He tries to get it, he tries to sneak it in as late as possible, but he does it basically every game. Basically every game. I talk about the Faker ward constantly, guys. And somebody finally punished him. He goes in a little bit early this time, actually. Dude, you guys know, anybody who watches my stream knows how much I talk about the Faker ward in T1 games. Finally, the punish. Ooh, first blood over to the Yasuo. Great. So Zeus does go exhaust flash here, as anticipated. Faker with the hail of blades, so he's trying to be really aggressive. He tried this versus Chovy with Azir in the finals a bunch, and it wasn't awesome. All right, just a cover from Owner in the bot side. But it's okay. Owner's coming top now to break the freeze. Owner's like pacing around the map is really good right now. The freeze is not going to last for very long. NTF already ahead in CS and... All right, so just uses level 6 to get some chunk damage onto Zeus. Man, this top lane's going extremely well.
Engage coming in from Carrier. Owner's on his way across. There's the stun as well as Mickey tries to Paramancy away. Flashes as well. Will survive for the moment.
Oh! So close. So close to that W for Xinjiao. He ease over. Oh, look at that. Bummer. We're waiting for carry cooldowns. This could be a turn. Yeah, G2 realized it could be a turn if carry's cooldowns come up, so they peace out. I would have done Hail of Blades lethality in this game. I think it's better. The solo for Caps with Cole, too. Very nice. Big old play from Caps here. Faker could have flashed. He got cocky. Caps mind gamed him, guys. Look at this. Caps mind gamed him. Knew he would get pushed into turret. Faker follows, but Faker doesn't flash. So Caps has the angle to ult him back out. And then he follows with the flash, which forces Faker to flash back in. Caps played Faker like a fiddle here, guys. He knew Faker was going to sweep him under turret if he jumped in. And so he baited it to get the knockback because Faker was being greedy with his flash. That's so smart. Caps just actually mind-fucked Faker. All right, now we're going to go top side. Okay. Wind wall comes down. Gold card's up. Gets straight into the ultimate knock-up, right? Drowsy here, so Yike's already ulted. Asleep. They wait a second, then they get double tap from Yike. Oh, he predicts it? Broken Blade predicts Zeus's flash? Or an owner's flash, rather? Oh, it's so sexy, guys. Wow, they're playing so well. Wow, huge lead for G2. Yeah, he's going Blade. I really disagree with this build from Hansama. You know, the upfront poke damage is so good, and like you're just never going to have an opportunity to reliably auto-attack over and over and over again with Kalista in this game. It is one of the key things about Kalista now is you just have to recognize when you need to go opportunity Q-max versus on hit. You're really trying to punish Zeus here.
Aware of the potential play.
Zeus steps into the bush. Caps looking for him. Gold card locked, but Zeus doesn't really have the damage yet to take down Caps. Has the plated steel Caps first, though, so he doesn't take too...
I think this roam by Caps is really bad. They lose mid-pressure for this, and Owner's going to intercept him on the way back. This is a really bad roam from Caps.
Owner can go for the chase. There's the Destiny as well.
Oh, no. Really bad roam from Caps. Like, you just gave up so much. You gave up like 450 gold to roam. Oh, God. Oh, he got 2 plates. Oh, God, it's such a bad trade. Oh, they let T1 back into the game. Zeus can play the game again. Faker now only 100 gold down. Oh, man, that's such a bummer. Like, you have to ask, what happens even if he kills Zeus? The problem is Zeus has ult up, right? So he can just ult back to lane even if he dies. And it's pretty obvious where Caps is going in this scenario because everybody else is bot side, so they know he's going to try and dive, right? And Zeus is just playing smart. He's playing back. He's, you know, he's losing CS because there's a freeze, but he's not overextending while his team takes Drake. This is all mind games. Look at how Zeus is mind gaming him with cards. He's trying to bait the wind wall, right? He's trying to bait the wind wall. So he tries to bait the wind wall here by seeing if Broken Blade will wind wall, because he thinks probably that Broken Blade will wind wall because he thinks he's going to lock gold card, but Zeus just waits for the cycle to go again before locking gold card. Then he's just hanging around waiting for Faker. He walks up on him point blank. He can't wind wall that gold card. It's well played. Well played by Zeus. But push in the mid lane from the Tristana. Obviously huge. Wow, Faker TPs for this. TPs to the ward. When did they leave that? When did they drop that ward in mid, actually? It's Alistair. Okay. Carry his ward. I guess G2 didn't see the ward going down. That's actually such a mega ward. You don't normally have a ward in lane this early.
Still no Shurima shuffle for him. He does have the flash though, and Mickey doesn't have much of a health bar left as T1 continue to collapse. Carrier has the flash. Headbutt pulverize. Goes in onto Caps. Destiny behind, and now Caps needs to get the hell out of there. But T1 are trying to send him to the depths. Faker chasing in. Faker finds another. And from what was a great for G2, Destiny behind, and now him. He does have the flash.
Wow, look at this play though. This sequence from T1 is just beautiful. Like, they're playing everywhere on the map. And this is what I mean about the, you know, skirmishing and their pick compositions. Now they're just creating picks. They use TP on that ward in the mid lane. They use Zeus's ult after killing Broken Blade in the top side. Faker flashes forward, picks up the kill.
Looks like the reboot
has exhaust, has flash. Shouldn't burn either of them. As soon as he sees Yike arriving.
He's just dead. But you trade cross map, you actually get the objective for it. Probably have to give up mid turret though. All right, they actually don't lose mid turret. Carrier was seeing if he could punish a step up there from Hans Sama by channeling the Hex Flash. Leads across the board for G2 though. I mean, this is still looking really good. They stopped the T1 snowball on Drake. They have 6 grubs. They have the wombo of the combo. Nice job with the damage onto Mickey. But this is where T1 shines, guys. This is where T1 shines. They are so good at vision traps and picks. Like, they see this Callista Sentinel going up and down right here, and so they actually set a bait around this pink ward. They're so evil. I love it. Like, it's so annoying to play against T1 because they're like, we're behind. Better just be weird. Right. So here's where the plan comes together, guys. This is Faker's brain at work. This is Faker's brain at work, guys. These are the kind of things he calls. They have a pink ward here. They see that the Callista Sentinel sees it, and they're like, "Will somebody come and clear this out?" So there's the ping onto the ward from G2, and T1 just says to themselves, "Who's gonna come take out this pink ward? It's time to bait." And bait they shall. So they watch Mickey X come up. Sand Soldier over the wall. WE over the wall. Almost get a kill onto Mickey just from that. This is how T1 comes back into games, guys. This is why they're so terrifying to play, even when you have leads. Nice wind wall. Good catch on Naguma. Forces his ult and his flash out. That's going to be huge potentially for the next Drake fight. Oh, but they overcommit. They disrespect Carrier, dude. They disrespect Carrier. Carrier comes in with the flash. Owner just flashes for the Q3 knockup. They're still going in. Great ult by Zeus. Gets the gold card onto Hansama. And that's it. Damn, the turnaround. It was a little bit too far. I mean, I love the play on the Gumayushi here, but they don't just bail immediately after this. They get too greedy. Because the thing about this play, guys, for G2 is this is going to be a mid-turret if they just disengage. Right? But they're so disrespectful and they walk up in cluster, and that gives the timing for W to minion. So Keria here W's to the minion, and then he Q flashes. You have to be so careful against T1, especially when the TF ult is up, because the chase is so huge. Hansama forgot to ult Mickey X, true. So he should have ulted him right here when he gets stunned by gold card. Instead, I think he's trying to save ult, guys. So the thing is that he actually just gets hit by a piercing arrow that does a gazillion damage because of opportunity, right? So I think he doesn't think he's going to die while he's stunned and he's saving ult. It does 400 damage. That's just unfortunate. That's an opportunity proc right there on the Q. I mean, you could argue he should have seen that coming in, but I think he thought Mickey X wasn't going to die and he wanted to save ult. That's what I think. But I think the ideal play is you just ult him when he gets hit by gold card. So they're still trying to set this up. Broken Blade trying to get in lane, dashing through the minion waves, gets knocked up, gets Chain of Corruption, so he actually can't enter the fight. Ooh, that's not good. He only gets the, he gets the ult onto 2. Okay, it's not so bad. The lockdown, the single target CC is so strong. Zeus is actually having a mega effect on this game, despite the fact that he was behind early. Because Caps dies because he gets gold carded. Hansama pulls Mickey X back in this time. They just haven't been able to set up the Wombo because T1 is so aggressive about these engages. Like, look at this. They are just trying to lock down the Yasuo because they know how dangerous this is. Keria is willing to go WQ in, and Gumayushi is just immediately chaining it with the Chains of Corruption because they know that almost all of the big damage that's going to come out is going to be from the Yasuo ult. And so they need to contain that as much as possible. Keria doesn't care because he's got ult. Owner has ult, so they can tank the Yasuo ult. This is actually a very good outcome, I feel, for T1. This is one of the things about T1 is that they are probably the best team in the world at reading enemy team win conditions. And so they know exactly what G2 needs to do, and they're just not going to let them do it. That's why they're terrifying. Like, T1 cross maps really well, they read your win conditions really well, and they skirmish really well. That's what they do. And this is exactly what I was saying in the draft, guys. This is what T1 does well. They're just going to create picks on you with this composition. There it is. Baron's up. It's Baron for T1. This is just how T1 plays, right? Vision into picks. Long-range picks. Every time. This is how they play. Now they finally have a gold lead as well. Whoops. Good thing he has Zonias. Oh, nice wind wall on the chain. Huge shutdown. Okay. Callista ult actually used this time. Mickey had words with Hansama after the last time, I suppose. Wow. T1, they just know their limits so well, too. They just know their limits so well. Like, they're just totally willing to take this 4 versus 5 because Mickey X is so low. Mickey X rocks it. Keria still has ult, too. Keria gets ulted, but it doesn't matter. Owner still has ult. So now they can't kill him. Skirmishing so good. Keria Knight's Vow on Owner. Knight's Vow. So this is Knight's Vow, guys. All right, here's a little arrow. Knight's Vow's on Gumayushi. Oh. Okay, so he goes in. No, it's still on Guma. I see it's still on Guma. Oh, it swaps right here. Okay, it swaps right here, but that's a good eye. I didn't notice that. That's really hard to notice, by the way. He actually swaps it onto Owner because Zeus and Gumayushi are so safe at this point in time. So the reason why this works so well in the anticipation that Keria has, so this is really smart. So let's talk about why this is such a good play, such a smart play by Keria. Again, T1, very smart. Keria, very smart player. Switching the Knight's Vow. So the reason why this is so good is you have to consider which abilities are actually up right now after the pick onto Faker, right? What abilities are up? So Chain of Corruption is wasted into Wind Wall. So now we're going to take stock. Once we get back here, we're going to take stock of abilities and see why Keria might make this swap right now. So there's the swap of the Knight's Vow. You can see the little arrow here, move from Gumayushi to Owner. So this is on Keria's re-engage. Now Keria knows no sleep, no Kalista ult, no Relo. The Relo was just used on him during his own ultimate. So what is the threat on the back line to Gumayushi and Zeus? They can kite out through this choke point right now, and there is no real other engage. If Caps goes in, he's going to get gold carded. And Owner has good survivability because he still has his ult up right here. So basically by switching, Keria knows that the only targets available are him and Owner at this point in time because Caps will die if he tries to go into the back line. So with that in mind, this is where we see Keria make that swap. And then Broken Blade ults in. He's at 1 HP, but he's actually probably saved by the Knight's Vow swap. And Owner, because he doesn't take as much damage. So Owner going to live as a result of that, and they're able to clean up the fight. So very nice job by T1. Really subtle move by Keria there, but it ends up being pretty impactful. I agree that G2 should go for this Baron while Faker's dead without TP. But you're just going to have such a hard time because they outrange you. And Keria still has ult. Owner still has ult, so they can zone super effectively. And they can basically just wait for RFC or opportunity procs. Guma also has Spell Shield, so he actually blocks the Lilia bowling ball. What is that even ability called? Is it called Watch Out? I don't know. Lilia has the worst ability names in the game. Whatever, the ball, you know what I mean. It's a good play. It's a good play, though, by G2. Wow, Hansama got autos off? Well, temporarily. Man, I really hate this on-hit build by Hansama. The range advantage is so huge for T1. Like, so much about this year in League of Legends is about range advantages, guys, and it's such a good demonstration of that by T1. Well, they lost the game because of that Baron, but I agree with the concept. I agree with the concept of taking that Baron. T1's so good at closing, though. Still pretty good game from T1 despite the early deficit. All right, so T1 back on this side again. On red side, they're going to ban the Nautilus this game. They're still banning the Lucian, which I find curious. Same bans over here. We're still going to pick Kalista first. The Nico, remember the Nico was banned last game, but basically now T1 has a read that Kalista is going to be first pick, so they can actually take the Nico here. Nico is a flex for T1. Keria is mega on the Nico pick, and it has been a favorite of Faker for about the last year or so. It also fits in super nicely with T1's deceptive playstyle and the way they trick you. So we have the Rek'Sai here. Again, that's going to be a flex pick between Yike and Broken Blade. Probably Yike, though, if I had to guess. And they're going to take the Zac early this time, perhaps hinting at a lane swap so that it wasn't banned in the second round of the draft. Okay, we're going to take Gwen? No, Talia. Okay. Talia for Faker. Again, Talia perfect champion for T1 because they like to, you know, control the map. He can collapse into the bot side very easily. It's a support Camille that's being banned out almost certainly. I guess it could be a support Zac as well. Who the fuck knows? It's G2. The funny thing actually about this could be a mid Zac because it's G2, right? Like Caps plays mid Zac. He hasn't done it recently, but you know, this is a cheeky draft. Dude, G2 is smart, man. G2 is smart. You know, this could be mid Zac. It's probably top Zac. It could be support Zac with Mickey X. I don't know which one it is. This could be top. This could be jungle. I imagine this is top jungle. That's my guess. But like, they have to take it seriously, which is why it warps the draft like this. It could be jungle Zac too. It's probably, yeah, it could be jungle Zac and top Rek'Sai. Yep. That's so annoying. But the thing is, if it's jungle top, why I mentioned the other positions is because if it's jungle Zac and top Rek'Sai, then you don't necessarily ban the Camille. So whatever, it's fine. But it could be mid Zac. You never know. You never know.
Hasn't really been the case.
I don't think Vayne is good right now, but I guess they're really afraid of getting in standard lanes. I think banning Vayne is a tell that this is a top Zac. Viego, so they're going for the Viego reset composition here. This is a T1 Classic. Taking the Rel out. And okay, Leona. Interesting. Okay, that was really all in. I wonder if T1's going to lane swap then. That's a huge, I mean, this is a huge front-to-back team fighting composition. Excellent engage, good ball delivery. We know where everything's going now, basically, though. It's probably Zac top. I mean, these could be flexed either way, but it's probably, based on recency for G2, recently they've been playing more Rek'Sai jungle Zac top rather than Rek'Sai top. All right, so Ornn in the top side. This is another pick that T1's very good at. Does allow counter engage, right? I think most importantly here, the Ornn allows counter engage. And also, you know, maybe you'll be able to hit the Orianna probably in the back line. We're going to be opting into front-to-back team fighting here. Has Faker learned his lesson? Dude, the Faker ward is so funny. Look at this. They've learned their lesson. Faker's like, all right, Carrie, it's your turn to put down the Faker ward this game. I'm not sacrificing myself again. It's your job, support. He's checking the... All right, he did it, sort of. They're scared now. They scared them! T1 doesn't have the normal jungle info that they play off of every game because they're too scared. This is a crap ward. This is a crap ward. It doesn't see Raptors. Oh, they're actually committing 2 wards now to get the information they want. Oh, no, he's not. Interesting. Oh, wait, here's the Faker ward. They were afraid of people being in that bush again. Look how scared they are, guys. This is so fucking funny.
You know, the expectation on T1 is really weird.
Cap's just taking a bazillion damage for free. He just ate an entire Q for free. Delicious Q. All right, well, the mind games, we're just rife with mind games right here around the Faker ward again. Faker reverse mind gamed him after level 1, guys. Faker reverse mind gamed him. Faker, oh my God. This is so crazy. So basically the level 1 that G2 did to punish the ward that Faker places every game at Raptors at between 1 minute 10 and 1 minute 30 typically. We now see the opposite side of this where they get control of this brush. Now remember that last game, what we saw was everybody stacked up here. So Caps is thinking, because they just made this big play with Carria's ward right here to push Leona off and make sure there was nobody there. Caps is thinking, well, there's no way Faker is now going in to ward here, right? There's no way he's right here coming around to where we killed him in game number 1. So Caps is standing there thinking that there's no way that Faker's going to be here because he's going to go do his ward now. But he's not doing his ward. He just pops around and takes Caps to half HP because Caps doesn't anticipate Faker to be there. So we're now seeing the mind games from the last game where G2 had the great level 1 come full circle around onto G2. Oh!
We turn our attention to bot lane.
Okay, level 2 engage, classic from Leona. Hansama going for on-hit again this game. At least there are tanks, and maybe he'll be able to jump around. Honestly, it feels pretty bad to have Kalista in both of these games, right? I think Kalista Prio is going down in this tournament, and I feel like G2 is being baited into this Kalista pick because they've had Kalista banned against them so frequently over this year. It's like Draven Kalista ban every single game. But now it feels so hard to play on hit Kalista because you're basically just having to play bullet hell games, right? How do you get a bunch of autos off, even if they have tanks here that you need the on hit to build? Like, even if you need the on hit to kill, how do you get a bunch of autos off? You have to play around Faker's E, you have to play around the tank engage from Ornn. You have to play around Carrier ult. It feels really hard, just like it did last game, to get a bunch of autos off with the low range. So, like, even though you would think, oh, they have an Ornn, I need to build on hit. Like, I think realistically what has to happen is you have to build lethality Kalista here because it's the only way you do any damage. And he did 1,000, or he only did 10,000 damage in that last game. He barely did anything at all. Maybe it's okay. We'll see how it goes. But I do feel like this Kalista is kind of a bait. I think T1 is just like kind of abusing the fact that they know G2 is going to blue side first pick Kalista.
Tanglebob's going to hit onto him. Gumiyuchi chasing in Mickey, already down to half HP. The chase continues from T1 as Ona joins the battle. On Summer with the rend on Guma, trying to get the slow down. Ona still chasing forward. Mickey, no flash. Tanglebob, Spectral more. Continues from T1 as Ona joins the battle. On Summer with the rend on Guma, trying to get the slow down. Ona still chasing forward. Mickey, no flash. Tanglebob, Spectral more.
Nice. Ona didn't even have to flash, so that's pretty huge. Yeah, this was super bad by Mickey. What are we doing here? He also wastes his stun on a clone. He wastes his stun on a clone. Oh, man. What are they doing bot side? Like, why are they trying to play so aggressively when Rek'Sai isn't there? Blech.
Carrier coming in from the side. Ona joining in as well. Yike looking for the damage. Mickey just walking straight forward here. Baker still holding on to the seismic shove, and Mickey is locked up with it. Mickey rooted with the tangle barbs, and he walks right into his own death. And Faker comes knocking. You do not answer that door. Mickey's in.
Man, Owner not getting either of those kills hurts a bit, though.
They're going to take away the Raptors too. Oh, Smite will come through from Yike.
Even if it is forces to cancel.
Portugal coming down as well. Brokenblade still has the passive, looking for the brittle. Zaya splash forward, but the unstable mana for Brokenblade.
There's no mana. No cooldowns. Hate the flash there, actually. Feels really awkward. Kind of hate the flash, guys. Kind of hate the flash. He also doesn't have to flash, I don't think. He wants to close the gap, but remember, he built Negatron first. He doesn't actually have... I mean, maybe if he had Bami's Cinder, he eventually can pick up that kill. Yeah, this is exactly how T1 wants to play. Good explanation, I think, by Vedius there. You know, this is where it gets really scary if you're playing T1, when they can just push bot lane super hard. And now Owner can get in your shit 24/7, basically. Uh-oh. They walked up. I don't think they walked up. Mickey, buddy, why are we walking up onto the Varus? Like, it's not Varus.
G2 are pushing forward here in the pop blossom. We'll find Mickey Tanglebobs for this follow-up.
Oh, they got the W proc, though. Oh, the huge shockwave into the execute onto Owner. That's really nice by Yike. Uh-oh. Wow, Faker actually got the Weaver's Wall off cooldown so he could escape that. That's impressive.
A crazy spot here.
Faker does have his flash, but he's locked up and shut out of the bush.
Crucially, though, because Faker had to use his ultimate against
Faker's getting caught out a lot in these first couple of games.
Faker does have his flash, but he's locked up and shut out of the
Dude, usually T1 prioritizes grubs super hard, so it's really surprising. I mean, I guess last game they were losing topside early because of the level 1, so it makes a little bit of sense that they weren't prioritizing this. This game has been a bit slow. A bit slow. Still good advantages for G2 so far. All right, Drake set up good for T1. Keria just zoning out right now. G2 a little bit late to the play. So Dragon stacking good. Keria has to flash out there. It's hard to engage on the crab right here. It's still worth. They pull out a couple. They pull out a TP as well. And it's gonna go back.
It's a 2-level disadvantage for Faker right now. He's been starved of XP. It's actually about a level and a
little bit late.
If you look at how far Faker is towards that 6, Faker holds the flash.
Is always going to
All right, they do a little bit of a cheeky bait here.
So I can imagine if G2
The mind games of the series are so good, guys.
Does still have the flash. Mickey's on his way here. Flash away, but the heartbreaker breaks the hearts of Europe. Yikes, still on the chase though. Owner has no flash. Broken blade coming in from the side.
They'd already G2 was already setting up this play though, so they actually are going to get a turret and 2 kills. Very nice. They also get a flash out of Owner. They're going to deny some CS. Really good plays by G2 here. Very nice, very proactive, using the range of the engage of the Zac and the Rek'Sai.
The goal momentum is shifting.
Mickey looking for Faker here. Pops the ultimate. It's actually Keria. So massive pop blossom. Guma trying to turn it around onto Han Sama. Can't quite get close enough. Another piercing arrow might be enough to get through him. As Broken Blade hits the tower. Can't do damage.
He doesn't do damage because the tier 1's still up. The collapse is already coming in. Nice TP coming in on the punish for Broken Blade. Really good reaction to this play by G2, but they were already setting it up. They were setting up a dive.
It becomes incredibly hard to play out for G2.
Shockwave in by Caps as Faker's pulled back. Seraph's there. Yike coming in from across the wall as well. The smite can go in with the Void Rush, but Caps takes the kill. G2 collapses. T1 were looking for something on the top.
This is really just a really nice back and forth between these teams. G2 getting more and more incremental advantages, though. Let's see if they can actually pull off the, stopping the Drake snowballing. That's going to be the key factor. Faker will have flash up for that fight, though, whereas Caps will not. So that might be pretty important here. Not sure I love this play. Getting rid of flash and ult and passive. 30 seconds before Drake. I don't know about this one. I don't know about that one. G2. They're trying to... They have Ren, though. They have Callista. All right, no steal. Broken Blade has ult again. Callista advantage too strong. They did 50-50 it, though. They actually missed the combo here. They don't have that many Callista Spears in it, I don't think. They smite first. Ooh, that could have gone so badly. That could have gone so badly. That actually probably should have been a steal. That was sloppy. That was actually pretty sloppy. Like, I don't understand why Keria is going back. Okay, that's why. This is what delays them. He only now has enough money for Rocket Belt. So that's why Keria goes back. This whole setup, though, is fucked. I think this is a mistake by T1. I don't think you need Rocket Belt. I think you have to play around the fact that they just used so much to get your tier 1 that you have to push more aggressively. This is a mistake by Keria. He has no wards either. He also had to refresh his wards. He had 0 wards left, so he gets 4 wards back now. Oh, this timing is so sloppy by T1. This is like one of those things where you feel like Korean teams are a little bit too risk averse. They're like, but no, we must get vision control. But no, I must have Rocket Belt. This is not optimal, but I think in this game, when you know that Broken Blade has no passive, has no ult, has no flash, Mickey X, well, now to be fair, when they recalled, they didn't know that Mickey X didn't have the ult. And they play this way too cavalierly, guys. Like, what are we waiting for? Like, they're like, where's Zac? Where's Zac? We must acquire deliberate vision control. Just go. Guys, here's Keria. If you were gonna go buy the rocket belt, let's fucking use it. Let's use the rocket belt. Use it. You went back to buy it, so let's commit. Let's fucking go. Let's Ornn ult them now. Who cares where shitty ass Zach is with no flash and no ult? Who cares? Who cares where this guy is? Who cares? Like, just Ornn R, flash rocket belt them. You went back to buy the rocket belt. Let's use it. Let's go, T1. Don't let them have this Drake. This is really bad. They don't have Leona ult either. Oh, it's so free. I think they're worried about Zach jump into Shockwave, but who cares? Like, let's commit to Leah ult. Let's commit Ornn ult. Let's commit Nico ult. Let's do it all right now. No, we got to poop back and forth forever instead. Man, T1's normally so decisive. This is so weird. Now there's no hope of T1 winning. T1 just loses now. You got to go there. Faker, like, T1 is basically just trying to create picks right now like they were last game, but their composition is not as ideal for it. Good counter engage. T1's getting desperate. But why make this play? Here's the question, guys. Why make this play instead of the play before? Like, you just go for it. Just send it, man. The percentage chance of winning this play is worse than the other play. Oh, it's good pop blossom. But, I mean, you don't have the damage to follow it up. Yes, guys. T1, that was the play to make. Definitely that one. Not the one before at the Drake. That was the play to make. I think they realized they fucked up. I think they realized they should have made that play earlier, and they're like, if we don't make a play now, we just definitely lose. Which is true. Faker just misses everything. Hansama even just gets off of the E.
Faker's forced without flash to get jumped on by the top jungle duo. Mickey locks down Ona, but then we see Carrier with a fantastic ultimate, thinking that the fight is turned, but then
Caps is here now, though. They don't have any damage. And a huge shockwave. Very nice.
Kuma just doesn't have the damage to win the fight for T1.
I mean, the Zach was banned in game number 1. I think it's justified. Broken Blade having a very good game on this champ. It's also just too much of a flex for G2. Like, I think T1 has to ban this champ moving forward. Alright, this game's over. There won't be any hilarious throws, surely, from G2, right? We just go back and take the Drake. This isn't like in LEC finals where we started getting pentakills instead of going to take Soul. No, it's not. They're playing cleaner this time. Surprise, surprise. They're not doing stupid shit when it's against T1 instead of Fnatic. Nice job. Nice job by Mickey just to zone them out, make sure there wasn't follow-up on the Ornn ult. Good shove, but again, there's no damage here. Look at this, there's just no damage.
While this may have been a bit of an overcommitment, it also sends a message to T1 that, hey, we can go toe-to-toe. Oh. Bit of a misplay there from Hansama. Hey, we can
Hansama, oops.
Go toe-to-toe.
He blew himself up
Bit of a misplay there from Hansama.
by leaping on top of the Talia E.
Oh no, though. Can you answer the power of Broken Blade Heartbreaker across into the blast cone? The chase from Yike. The blast
Beautifully played, actually, by Broken Blade and Yike there.
like a book. Mickey comes in from the side. There's the stun. Broken Blade slap lead.
We're just waiting for this game to get. Wow, great game by G2. Broken Blade and Yike played this very well. They really know the synergy with the Rek'Sai and the Zach. I think G2 just looks really comfortable on these, front to back team fighting compositions. This looks a lot better than the last game. Look at Faker's flash. I mean, the game's over. Whoops. Whatever, the game's over. It doesn't matter. Well done by G2. All right, we're doing it, guys. G1 now going to be on blue side for the first time. They're banning Zach. Now we're banning Lucian on this side for G2. Ashe, Kalista. All right, they're taking the Kalista away. This is smart, I think, by T1. This is smart. All right, Varus Ori. Feels good, man. The thing is, Kalista is very dangerous for T1 because they have so many weird Kalista comps, like Sejuani support. They should take Sejuani here. Yeah, it's a first time for Faker Aurelion Soul. I'm sure he's fine on it. Okay, so they're going Jarvan because they see low mobility. Poppy's going to get taken here before Poppy can be banned here because of Kalista. Okay, G2 should ban Sejuani. Do they need to ban Sejuani? Probably not. It's really unfortunate that T1 sucks at Nautilus now. It could be Poppy support, but that would be using Karia's dark tech against him. Is G2 so bold? Because T1 themselves played Draven Poppy support into Kalista in game 1 of the LCK finals against Gen G. This was Karia's dark tech. Is G2 using the dark tech against T1? It could also be top. The European teams play top Poppy too. It's a very good pick. It's a very good pick. Works into Jarvan, works into Kalista, is flexible 3 ways. It's a great pick though. Love the Poppy pick. Yeah, you can tell. They know that this could be many places, this Poppy, so they're going to ban Bel'Veth. Yeah, they banned the Renata and the Rumble. Makes sense because you haven't seen support or top yet, so Rumble's a huge value ban here. They're going to ban Nautilus because T1 is ass at playing Nautilus. This is such a liability, by the way, for T1 in this tournament. The inability to play Nautilus is actually huge. I mean, you could be like FlyQuest and just first pick Naut on blue side and have Busio be terrible at it, I guess. All right, bye. So definitely support or top Poppy now. Oh, this comp feels so bad into Poppy. If this is a Poppy support, it's definitely going to be Poppy support now. How do you not play Poppy support at this point in time? You basically, even if G2 was like, we can flex this champion, they're definitely playing Poppy support now. Yeah, back on the Yasuo. Okay. They would have expected this T1, but it's still a good pick for G2. You still have synergy with knockup, so you can Yasuo ult off of Vi Q, Poppy E, Orianna R. Lots of good ways to provide knockup here. This is more of a pick composition that G2 is running. Like, the 5v5 is going to be rough for them if they have to fight it. But a lot of opportunity to basically CC chain people into single target picks. If you play the 5v5 and you get Aurelion Sol ulted with Rylai's, it's going to feel super bad. I'm pretty sure you can. Yes, you can. You can. I'm sure. I'm sure you can Yasuo ult off of Poppy. But the problem here is, like, basically the support Poppy just completely destroys this bot lane, and it wins the 3v3 super hard too because Jarvan also is affected by it. Also, guys, underrated, Poppy W stops Aurelion Sol flight, which really fucks up Aurelion Sol. Because the thing about Aurelion Sol is that he wants to stand next to walls, right? So if here's the wall and here's your Aurelion Sol, he's like, here's this is my very good mouse illustration. Rah, I'm a dragon. Here's my space laser. He wants to stand by this wall, but Poppy loves it when you stand by walls because Poppy is going to E him into the wall, right? And if he starts to fly over the wall, well, Poppy just W's him. And then he stops, and then you E him into the wall. But the Poppy is great. The Poppy's great is the point. The Poppy's also, like, underrated good into Aurelion Sol. So the pick potential huge here. Will be a little bit hard in early levels, though. In fact, I think maybe G2 should lane swap here. I think maybe you lane swap for the first couple of levels so you can actually get Poppy W, because you're not going to start W. You start E. So the first couple of levels are going to be a little bit rough, so I think G2 should lane swap. So the other thing is that this game, Zeus takes Ghost instead of Exhaust. Maybe he thinks that Faker's going to tank all of the Yasuo ults in the mid and late game, but it feels like Exhaust is just what you take here. So that's surprising to me. I'm really surprised he doesn't go Exhaust. And I'm extra surprised G2 doesn't want to lane swap. Mickey took W at level 1? What a psycho, dude. I think Guma does not expect Mickey to have W level 1. That is fucking weird. Support Poppy, you take E. What a psycho. He mind gamed him. Dude, the mind games are so real in this series. I mean, the W first allowed them to take a surprisingly good trade for this lane early on. I still think they should have lane swapped, though. Yeah, I don't know about that all in, boys. You lose the wave, too.
Meanwhile, on top side, Broken Blade is able to survive the gank. Zayas was forced to flash. We'll see if Owner continues. This is such a big wave. Broken Blade survives.
Wow, it's huge that he lives. It's kind of sloppy to continue the dive after the gold card. Or after the wind wall, rather. Blocks the gold card. Feels like you got to wait for that wind wall to go away. Maybe they do. Anyway, we'll see the replay in a second, I'm sure. Oh, dude, he barely doesn't get the wall stun. If he gets the wall stun right there, that goes probably completely differently. That is such a bummer. Because if he gets stunned, Guma dies. Guma dies because the wall, if you wall stun, it does more damage, and he had the ignite ticking on him, and I think they win if they get that stun. Oh! Owner tries to just poke him with Q and then E, but he's Yasuo, so it doesn't matter. So they do wait for the wind wall to go away and the gold card to come back up, as we thought. Come in. Oh! He missed the... Owner has to flash that. You gotta flash that. Yeah, Chronicle's right, you gotta flash that. You have to flash to extend the QE if you miss it. Owner's a troll, man. You gotta flash. I mean, there's a lot wrong with this, guys. There's a lot wrong with this in general. Like, why? So, I have many questions. I have questions, sirs. Why doesn't Guma flash? Why doesn't Guma flash this? Right? You know, it's a fucking Poppy with flash up. You know what the Poppy's doing, right? Why doesn't Hansama flash? Why doesn't Hansama flash? This was like giga misplays from everybody. But I also think Hans had an opportunity to flash here.
Double Halo Blades do thrive on finding early leads. Now, when we look at the farm, it wasn't that of a trade. Astro fight forward by Faker. Faker just needs the just taken out.
Well, Faker may not be Chovy on this champion, guys. It's his first time, dude. He's a first time Aurelion Soul and ranked. It's fine. Caps plays this so well, though. Basically, you know, the laser takes a while to turn around. So he literally just all bamboozles him by all-inning and running around in a circle with his pot ticking.
Just taken his way. Carrier stepping forward. Will the dive materialize? Ward across the wall. Yike dashes. Faker coming across from the side as well. Has the skies descend. As a result, Mickey's on his way. This could be the ball game right here. Faker goes in. Who tanks first? Already we see Hansama falling. Yike with a flash. Faker tanks a tower shot, but T1.
Faker still had flash because he actually didn't flash on that last because he was dead, probably no matter what.
On the front line as Mickey and Yike continue to collapse. Can Caps find Faker? Not today. Faker escapes. Guma falling low. The ignite not enough to take him, but the command attack will send him to an early grave.
Oh my goodness, it's only 3-3 in kills, but the action is relentless. They're looking for... Oh!
Threatening the play there with the Q and the Hex Flash. Man, this could have been such a big play. Like, Caps TPing into... I'm actually kind of surprised that Caps didn't TP to turret. I mean, bot turret. But there is a wave there, so maybe he didn't anticipate the Aurelion Soul roam. But he has plenty of time, actually, to get down there.
Shockwave, but no flash. Owner tanking on the front line as Mickey and Yike continue to collapse. Can Caps find Faker? Not.
Oh, that could have been so huge for them. If they get one here, they might be able to keep pushing. Yike actually plays this super well. You don't often see Vi pushbacks like this. So basically, usually you see an extension of the Vi Q, but in this case, he just repositions himself to push into turret because they know Faker still has flash up. So Mickey X is trying to get him into the Poppy W, so he's grounded so he can't flash. It almost works, guys. They almost kill Faker there. He was like, again, it's just the hitbox of Aurelion Soul was all weird. I don't really understand how he's not grounded. So I guess he was hoping that Faker might try and fly out first, because if the Aurelion Soul counts as a dash, so you can ground him if he tries to fly out. But I think what was actually going on here, guys, is maybe because it was on cooldown, obviously, the Dragon's Flight was on cooldown, is that Mickey is just trying to use the speed boost from W to get there. So, sorry, I was mistaken before. League of Legends is complicated. We got there. That's why we do these things.
Means that Guma doesn't get to do anything. He's the one that has a decent
Nice job.
gold. Not going to be the case. The chain actually connecting onto Carrier as well. Roots in their last second, but honestly, I don't know if it would have made it out anyway.
Will they use the cease and desist? Owner goes back in. TP flash away with the cataclysm.
I love how Mickey just keeps on just running in and making plays here. It's great.
Here for the chase. Will they use the cease and desist? Owner goes back in. TP flash away with the cataclysm.
Oh my, what a man. Mickey plays this so sexy, actually. He holds his W for such a long time. Punts out Owner, then gets two. Now they're grounded. See, guys? I wasn't lying. Owner's going to be back, though, soon. Faker actually just... Remember when we said about worms and walls earlier? Mickey was so good, man. This is... We're right back to very good Mickey X. Such a sexy poppy play. Dude, I also love that Mickey X just pulls out the dark tech that Carrier tried to use and failed to use in the finals versus Gen G in LCK finals, and T1 gets baited by it. It's so unfortunate. That is so unlucky for Hans. Oh no! Gets the kill at least, but well, that was a good idea. They'll just trolled so hard. That's so funny. The value of that W is so huge. Faker presents his A-Soul, and Mickey fucks it. Also, Hans should have flashed here. It's okay, though. Maybe he was worried about E follow over the wall. Maybe he was worried about Carrier E. He was probably worried about if he flashes here, Carrier E's over the wall. That's my guess. Anyway, I think that's a minor point. It's more just funny that the Sentinel found him.
Oversteps a little bit. Mickey looking for the Hex Flash across the wall. TP in. Hex Flash cancelled. Mickey trying to get away from the gold card, which was locked in by Zeus. Cataclysm into the Keeper's Verdict. Only hits onto Zeus.
Wow. Mickey is so good, man. Look at this. He doesn't panic and get rid of Owner. He knows Owner can't kill him. He gets rid of the Twisted Fate so he can't be CC'd. Oh my god. I think like 99% of people would have just panicked and ejected the Jarvan, but he gets rid of the Twisted Fate. You know, a big part of these games with the Twisted Fate is that G2 plays too aggressively against TF. They've gotten caught out or chased down a couple times now by Zeus' TF ult, and you just can't give T1 those windows. Oh yeah, he did just miss because Owner EQ'd. I'm bad. It wasn't even smart. It was just accidental. But it was the right play. I mean, it was the right play regardless. He accidentally made the right play. Lol.
All the way onto Guma, the flash away, steadfast presence. Mickey can't find the stun, and Guma will be able to get the blast gun in time. Yike! Misses the bolt breaker, and now he's on the wrong side. Dodge. Flashes away, Cataclysm, shockwave dodge with the Hexag ultimatum, and Yike locked up and shut out by T1.
Shame Faker didn't get that kill. Faker's down 2,000 gold to caps. Faker struggling on the Aurelion Soul. Thing about the Aurelion Soul is like Chovy just wins every lane on it and just giga scales, and he also just charges big ult so fast. He plays more side lanes though. I don't think this is a good champ for Faker right now. It doesn't really enable T1's strengths. Blood Song Poppy, because why not? I mean, you only win this game, like G2 is playing a pick comp, right? The goal is to create picks, so Blood Song I think works here. The thing about Aurelion Soul is that he just can't skirmish early, and I feel like so many of T1's strengths come from early skirmishes. What the fuck? There was another... Remember the invisible Aurelion Soul ult the other day? Here's another one. That's another... This bug needs to fucking go, man. It's so hard. I was like, where's his ult? They get him out of the Hextech ultimatum. He actually gets pulled out of mid-air by Callista ult to come back in. Only visual bug here? I don't know. It's hard to tell. That's a Vandrel question, not a Monty question. You can... No, the ult disappears. It's hard for me to see, at least. Maybe I'm just old. I might just be old. That's the thing that you have to be concerned with if you're Mickey X, is ulting the Camille, because you stop the damage, and you can get Callista ulted out of it. But the kiting is very good here. Finally, G2 is respecting the TF ult. This is the first time they've respected the TF ult in this series. It's also a really good play on Zeus. Mickey's just carrying these fights, man. He's just so ridiculous. Stops the lockdown onto caps. What roots him right here? Hans's ult. Oh, he gets hit by Hans's ult. Then he just gets chain CC'd into the wall. They still have Vi ult too to turn. Really good kiting and turning. They're respecting the TF now. Not like in Baron. Great play by Mickey. Yeah, Yike holding the vial for that long was crazy. Great play by... It's a great CC chain that they get off. The Breath of Light also... Faker doesn't do anything in this fight. He doesn't have big ult. He doesn't have big ult. And look at him. He's not hitting anybody. And then Faker's like, I'm here, guys. I'm a firing my laser. And then he just gets knocked up and destroyed. Hilarious. By the way, Caps is 4-1-5 with the Rabadon's death cap, and Poppy does more damage. Also, guys, note that this is not a Poppy with the Sunfire. This is a Poppy with Dead Man's Plate. It was the Blood Song. I mean, it was, obviously. It wasn't anything else. It was Dead Man's Plate procs, guys.
Singularity going down, Broken Blade dashing forward. The threat of the Steel Tempest lands that Q3, no last breath to follow up. Another tower goes down, Carrier dashing in, dashing out.
Faker has Leandries, all right, but G2's on Soul Point. Ocean Soul not really amazing for... Ocean Soul's pretty bad on pick comps in general, but it's okay. You can only take what the Rift gives you, guys. This is like one of those weird games where Chemtech Soul might actually be better for G2. Ocean Soul feels pretty ass. Maybe it's good if you split push with Yasuo. Great play by Mickey again. Mickey's just a hard winning this game, guys. What a crazy good performance. Well, he misses his ult, but that's okay. I mean, technically, he hits Gumayushi, I think. It was to clear Gumayushi's spell shield. Oh, no, actually, he doesn't. Something else clears Guma's spell shield, I think. Oh, the tornado. So he just misses it. W, flash, E into the wall. And they just wombo him. Yeah, Yike comes in, combos it with the Q. Where was the shockwave? Hold up. Here? This is just not hit anybody? Yeah, was it? That was unfortunate. The idea was good. Oh, he has Yike flashes out with the ult. Okay, I was like, where'd it go? Because I saw the Ori E flying in there. The ball went in. Oh man, that's unlucky. Oh well. Still a good play, won by Mickey. Anyway, Mickey's good. That's the point. The point here is Mickey is good at Poppy support. I don't know why Carrier fucking picked this Camille support. Can Carrier just not play normal supports anymore? Is he just like washed on normal supports? Not being able to play Nautilus is a huge problem for T1. I know, Carrier was known to be the best on in the world. I know, it's so weird. I don't understand how he could be so good at Nautilus 2 years ago and just be so terrible now. Just wants to get in here now, out of vision. Last bet going in. It's secured by Yike. Huge play by Yike. I don't like how T1's playing around these Drakes. I think you just kind of gotta go for these. Flying Dragon. Yeah, that's the end of the game. The wave's there in mid. Why is T1 forcing after the Drakes every time? Why can't we just force during the Drakes? No, it doesn't matter because they have Ocean Soul. Really? No, it's because Carrier did a good job intercepting the wave. All right, fair enough. Because they have Ocean Soul. If that wave goes in, they could probably pretty easily finish the game. But whatever, just go for Baron. It's all right. He hasn't played Thresh too much. That's such a lie, dude. Carrier's Thresh was really good. You guys are forgetting the Thresh Jinx era of this iteration of the T1 roster. That was their fucking bread and butter. But the problem is basically right now for T1. So if you take away Senna, then he can't play like Ornn support or Rumble support or Tahm Kench support, which he's good at. So by banning Guma's champ, you actually just eliminate a lot of T1's power. Then you ban Ashe, and then that's it. And then they have to ban Naut because they can't play Nautilus. So what does he play then? Nico? Alistair?
The last Nexus tower, merely a blip on the radar for G2. It is G2.
I mean, he probably should have played Nico this game, but well played by G2. I think G2's bans are really good. That's what I think. As expected, great coaching on G2. All right, here we go again. Okay, interesting. So we're still banning the Draven, we're still banning the Zac. We've dropped the Rek'Sai ban on blue side, and instead we're taking the Callista ban so we can first pick Varus. Varus has just felt more impactful in this series. Ashe, Lucian, Senna. Okay. What are we going to pair the Varus with? Because we can't play Nautilus. So the Rek'Sai is going to come through. Ori has been a good pick for Caps, and also is an excellent takeaway pick. It has been Faker's best champion this year. Orianna, or I mean, you could argue any year, but especially this year. Jin Zhao? Yeah, it's going to be Jin Zhao. They don't prioritize. The other problem is they don't prioritize carries champ pool. Oh, God. Is it Braum Cog? Are we Braum Cog? Are they going to ban? Does T1, do they lack the critical information? Are we going to actually ban Braum not here? What? TF. Dude, the Yasuo is in their heads. The Yasuo is living rent-free in their heads. They're like, uh-oh, Zeus can't just blind TF every game. They think it's Cog Lulu. It's definitely not Cog Lulu. What? Cog Renata. Are we lane swapping? Why did they take Braum into Varus? Like, the thing is that I don't understand, guys, about this Renata pick is I understand you're trying to deny the Renata from Keria because you've been banning it for the whole series. But if you take Braum here, they can't take Not. Even though we just talked about how Keria's Nautilus has not been great, you can't take it. All right, so he's going to play Cassante, and we're going to play Bard. G2 could play Poppy top here into Cassante. Yep.
And they round things out with a Poppy one.
Toppy, good old Toppy. I have not seen a Cog Renata lane. The Bard getting picked because you have 2 lower mobility carries, so you can actually just Bard ult the back line, which is very helpful. Bard shits on Renata. I believe it. I haven't seen much of this, but I'll take your word for it. How does Renata do anything in this game? If Renata walks up, doesn't she just get poked by Azir and Varus? Renata's weird. I would love to know what the reason behind Renata is. Like, is this just a denial pick for Keria? Yeah, it's weird we haven't had any lane swaps in this series from G2. He's just covering. He's just covering.
Faker's on the right side of the map to react to this, though. Faker flashes early.
Nice job, nice force.
Well, Yike's going to try and smite this away. Onus doesn't have a smite. Mickey with a handshake. Bad smite lands from Yike. There's the heal as well. Mickey has to flash. Yike flashes.
Good read by Owner on the counterplay, because they know Rek'Sai's there, and they see that Rek'Sai doesn't have blue buff, so they know that Rek'Sai hasn't taken it.
Onus doesn't have a smite. Mickey with a handshake. Bad smite lands from Yike. There's the heal as well. Mickey has to flash. Yike
got 2 flashes, nice. Good response by T1. Yeah, we thought these quarters, these upper bracket quarters were going to be super boring, but we got a couple good series. That's nice. Nice treat. And we're going to get more good shit, too.
You got to remember the added safety, even though Faker lost his flash. Oh, here we go.
Tempered Fate coming out. Mickey caught first.
I missed the Q.
Handshake back as Hansama tries to open up. Owner here as well. Gumayushi can step past the tower in just a moment. Yike's on his way. Mickey not yet. Level 6 doesn't like here as well. He goes to a tunnel, so Faker doesn't immediately see it. Emperor's Divide coming out as Caps goes for the chase, but Faker able to escape
the bailout there. All right, let's look at this.
I was like, I'm good. Let me be.
Though, down to half HP. Faker does have the...
All right, and look at this flank coming in from absolutely everywhere. Gumayushi pops Ghost early. Why are we even all in River right now? Nice jukes by Caps. I don't really understand why we're all in River right now. I don't understand why G2's here. I think he was thinking maybe I'll come down on a roam because I have these, you know, as they come back to lane because I have these wards, but this is really confusing. But I mean, they just get completely corralled and it's just free. Oh, Faker. Oh, hostile takeover. All right. Actually good, but then they both go through the tunnel, so they both get queued. Nice flash by Owner. He's dead. W. 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 Oh, no, he just eats. Yikes, 4 for 1. Dude, going back through the tunnel was the troll part. But it's really good. I mean, what is Hans doing here? This is the pièce de résistance right here. Like, first off, they shouldn't take this fight. Second off, okay, you got Faker, but what? Why are we going back through the magical journey? Hans should not be in River. None of them should be in River. So Hans is safe right here. There's a pink ward in this brush. They can't see him. Why are we trying to go after Faker? We could kite this way.
Chains of corruption not hitting. Two members are trying to take down Faker.
Like, if you kite this way, you can do that Renata ult back this way once the Xin Zhao ult ends. I don't know, man. Feels like maybe that corridor is kind of built for Renata Glass ults. Finally, T1 gets 6 Void Grubs, which has really been core to a lot of their good performances this year. Do you think G2 could make finals and possibly win MSI based on this performance? Yeah, I mean, I think they played really well. But I also don't think T1 is the best team at this tournament. So I think Gen G's gonna win. Their draft, I like G2's creativity in the draft. The question is how deep does their bag of tricks go? Because you have to have a very deep bag of tricks to keep on going through this tournament. Good Renata ult.
Hits. Hostile takeover is going to be popped. Gumi Yushi's going to be caught in the back of it.
Very good Renata ult. A little bit of overextension here by T1. Faker, why are we TPing? From G2, they find one, only carrier falls. Remember that he's rooted, so he can still cast that spell. And these two don't dodge it for some reason. They could have sidestepped it. Terrible TB from Faker. Go with the bounty gold now. All right, G2. Maybe on the comeback. Guma's alone and vulnerable. And misses his chain of corruption, even though it wouldn't have mattered. Whatever, it's pretty inconsequential death. However, that gold lead did close to about 3K. Yeah, he got stunned because he was chained. He was stapled to the Gromp. Unlucky. Keria actually just popping off this game.
To fight another day.
And you can afford to give soul point to Zeus alone here.
Doesn't have the ghost, has the Pathmaker. Steadfast Presence locked him up for a second. Broken Blade chasing in. Void Rush. Caps collapsing. Owner's on his way, but can Zeus survive for long enough? The all-out might not be enough as Caps lands a shockwave on 2. And now Owner with a bounty on his head in the middle of 3 members of G2. Caps flashes out of vision, and Owner has to flash away.
It's all right, the cavalry's here, boys.
There first. Yike dashes away from the chain of corruption. Owner falling low.
Nice. Q.
Never misses its mark. T1 find another.
Guma doesn't miss those arrows, and that's Pip.
Mickey's seen here. TP behind. Hansama has 2 items. Yike goes in. They look for Owner first. Crescent Guard popped by Flash. Broken Blade might go for Guma. Can knock him into the wall. Carrier though is going to spot him. Steadfast Presence going down as the Sundisk is used. Flash from Mickey with a hostile takeover, but it only lands onto the Azir. Yike trying to do what he can in the middle of the fight. His Owner's already down to half HP, but Yike and Mickey.
All right, we're in desperation territory here. Great Bard ult. Shockwave only hits Owner. Owner can just walk it out next to his ear turret. Faker the huge ult.
He slides G2 into the waiting maws of his team as T1 look to take
T2 and G1. Well, this is the most dominant game by T1, I think. Yet.
Inevitable about Faker. There is something indomitable about T1. Mickey comes up alive. 8 seconds on Hansama.
This was really not a competitive game.
But they have the might to try and help out.
Was barely impactful.
Whoops. He ulted himself. He tried to Q ult and ult Q'd instead. Whoops. Sombrero. He's gonna go take a siesta. Caps thought he had flash. He probably did. His flash is like 10 seconds away from coming up. He probably did think he had flash. That's probably it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have bailout. The reason why the call here is Caps is like, I have flash. Bail me out. Whoops.
All they're going to do is buy a little time here. but time is swiftly running out. Kronos himself is playing for T1, and Faker goes in again. Stopwatches the tempered fate from Carrier. In fact, the streamer slide was not enough. The shockwave from G2 will do nothing as T1 assert their dominance on the series and take us to Silver Scrapes.
All right, big game 5. Big game 5. Draven, Lucian, and Orion. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we're going to play the Kalista Varus swap again. Is that how we roll here?
Has played this year as the they took both.
Of course, T1's going to take both of them. Have you watched a T1 game ever? This is what they do. They play Varus support. If you don't give them Ashe, they play Varus support instead. Or they play Kalista support. They've actually done it both ways. They've actually done it both ways with this lane. Why are we first picking Taliyah? When did Taliyah just suddenly become blue side first pick in this series? So they've actually played it both ways. We've seen both Gumayusi and Kyria both play Kalista and Varus. This is a common lane. Double Hail of Blades. Surely we lane swap, right? Surely we lane swap before G2. Surely we pick Jinx and we lane swap with Zac. Surely we do this. Surely we lane swap with Jinx and Zac. Okay, we're just going to play Ahri into Taliyah. Okay, this is a pick comp, guys. It's another pick comp. It's designed for skirmishing bot side around Drake and stacking Drakes for soul. Yeah, Faker's been a little off today, especially in terms of his positioning. His TP usage has been questionable. Well, G2 fucked around and found out. You can't just leave both Kalista and Varus over for T1 and prioritize Taliyah. This is a skirmishing and pick comp. Lee Sin's a very good pick here for T1. Basically, at this point in time, T1 has decided that they will not fight late game 5v5s. So why not just pick Lee Sin? TF is still up. Bel'Veth and Poppy. All right, so we're back to Poppy support. Okay. What? I mean, they have... This Bel'Veth has a lot of room to do shit, right? The Bel'Veth is pretty threatening right here. It's obviously the Yike special. I mean, the Bel'Veth has a lot of room. Basically, if you focus the Bel'Veth, the Jinx goes crazy. And if you focus the Jinx, the Bel'Veth goes crazy. He doesn't know about the Bel'Veth pick reason? I don't. What's the Bel'Veth pick reason? I think it's okay. What I'm confused about is, like, yeah, Mickey had a fucking insane Poppy game, but surely we're not gonna opt into the Varus Kalista lane, which is where Poppy gets the most value, right? I mean, Poppy has value versus Ahri, has value versus Lee Sin. So the Poppy feels pretty good, but we're still gonna lane swap, right? We better still lane swap. We're gonna play Cassante. All right. It's still, like, T1's composition is still very much based around early skirmishing and pick potential, whereas G2 has a mega comp for late game team fights. I think they have to lane swap, though. Yeah, nobody can touch Hans Sama late game. I like G2's comp a lot. I do agree that probably Viego is better and more well-rounded, but also Bel'Veth is a specialty. And oftentimes, guys, I will say to G2's credit, when they play Bel'Veth, they often have very specialized level 1s where Bel'Veth gets like 3 quadrants of the jungle and gets like hyper accelerated. So every time I watch them play Bel'Veth, they have a plan about how to get Bel'Veth advantages, it feels like. You guys can't simultaneously be like, well, why do all the Western teams just be shitty copies of the Asian teams? And then also be like, I hate these weird G2 picks that are their specialty picks. It's like, pick one, pick a lane and fucking stay in it. G2, at least, I think they're, going into their comfort picks, going into picks that only they know how to play, is the better chance of winning this series. Why aren't we lane swapping? Please don't play into double Hail of Blades on the bot side. What a psychopath. What a psychopath. Hail of Blades, Poppy. He has E, but he doesn't hit the stun.
Caps coming in from the side as well. G2 just overloading. Carrier's going to start putting some damage down. Guma puts the buckler down. Gumayusi still has the flash. Yike unable to get close enough.
It's crazy that Broken Blade is here too at a minute 30.
Overloading. Carrier's going to start putting some damage down. Guma has to flash.
All right, so this is the reason why we're doing standard lanes, I guess. I respect G2 for doing this, guys. I do. The problem is T1 is one of the worst teams you can do this with. You guys remember earlier in this tournament when FlyQuest tried to lane swap and Carrier on Ashe just went into mid lane and chunked out Jensen, and Gumayusi just stayed bot on Kalista? They're very adaptable to these level 1s, T1. They're so good at doing these reads. They're trying to do this because they think Lee Sin is starting red, right? Because Lee Sin starts red a lot of the time. Man, if this stun hits, oof, I feel for Mickey, man. That's like two E stuns in these games that really should have hit. So, but the response here is just all in this bot side, which is very interesting. So we're getting into... so I like how T1 is just like all-inning on this read, just like they did in that level 1 against FlyQuest, because they really want to make sure their bot side has an advantage. Nice stun. Uh-oh. How did Yike get siphoned off like that? What is Yike doing, dude? My dudes, what is Yike doing? He's literally on a solo mission to wolves. He's gone to dance with wolves, guys. But he has no friends. They just turn on to Owner just keeps doing the wolves, but Zeus and Faker are still there. Well, now he's super behind. All right, game's over. Well, they got both flashes out of the bot side, so winning. They're gonna hit 2 first. All right. Well, G2 did actually slow down the bot side, but it came at the cost of the Belveth. So basically, G2's bot lane is now ahead, but it came at the cost of Belveth. Bot can lane, and that's good, but now Belveth is useless for the rest of the game. Yeah, it does feel like that is going to happen. Man, I fucking love Mickey, man. This is so great to watch. Gooba's like, can I walk up? No. Hex Flash and E. Hail of Blades, Poppy. What a fucking psychopath. This is great.
A little bit delayed there. Broken Blade.
Just trading in here. Yike. Went Scuttle Crab. Now still hasn't farmed up that much.
So dangerous. Faker's had mid prio this entire time as well. So Belveth can't play the game. The most fun feeling as a jungler when your mid laner is just losing and then you have to deal with the ramifications of that as their jungler is just in your jungle now. And, you know, you use your early level / level 1 to get your bot lane ahead. And then they're just like, useless jungler, lol. And you're like, I sacrificed myself to get you ahead. And then our mid laner lost.
Faker with a small CS advantage. Broken Blade.
Zeus dashes away, has popped the ghost. Charm in the mid lane, though, as Owner's on the board.
Caps not having flash is really huge. Dude, not having flash into Lee Sin Ahri is just a death sentence. Yeah, not having flash on Talia because of the level 1 is huge.
Of course, Caps, no flash available. Applies the slow. Nice flash.
Yeah, his flash E. So this is actually really good timing. So interestingly, so we have 6 minutes here. So they know that based off of level 1, these 2 flashes are about to come up, and that's where the danger really starts. So not only can you get grubs for a Belveth, but you can avoid potential death by the flashes being back up in the bot side that you blew at level 1. So I like this from G2. These guys are thinkers. The grubs lane assignment is really smart here from G2. Love this. Because Zeus also isn't 6 yet. Oh, now he's 6. Now they back off. They were thinking about it. God, fuck Zach, dude. What a stupid champ.
Now a target, Pathmakers forward, gets the stun into a hammer shock against the wall, and Han Summer is on the board.
It's the Poppy again.
Love the lane swap here.
Available for the T180 carry. Carrier here to bolster his defenses.
Well, Cassandre thinks he's safe because Owner's on that side of the map and Ahri is motioning forward. They don't think they're going to dive because Ahri's off the map, right?
Zeus, now a target, Pathmakers forward, gets the stun.
Zeus did bait himself into a wall slam, though. Owner's just doing Krugs. Good luck, bro. Now, this is pretty disastrous for T1. Like, they want to skirmish around bot side, and they're coming top because Zeus is getting bopped, and now they're going to lose control of Drake, and they can't probably play a scaling game into G2's composition, I don't think. The scaling advantage, I think, definitely in G2's favor. It's going to be very, very hard. They have nobody to kill the Jinx late game, and now the Jinx is accelerated. This is great game state for G2. T1 gets no objectives. They get no grubs.
No vision whatsoever. Oh no, he's walking back up.
Yike can just go in. Guma's there. Look at the dome lock. Immediately double flash from Guma carrier. Mickey dashes away with a heroic. That's exactly what G2 wanted.
The terrifying poppy brushes.
Another shot at the pillar.
Steadfast presence knocked into the wall and down
Mickey actually just popping the fuck off. Holy shit. Mickey's Poppy is in every bush, man. It's so funny. Look at this. So he sees that the ward has been spotted by the scrying orb, and because Keria is hopping while he's killing the ward, Mickey X just flashes him with W and then pounds him into a wall. And then just gets him with the traps. Oh my god. What a god. But we can't be making plays on both sides of the map at once. Dude, Yike gets so greedy for the grubs. He's grub horny. Belveth is too horny for these grubs. That's her fetish. Even though they don't have any pressure in mid. You know what I love about Belveth is that basically Riot was like, well, we can't have a monster champ, so we're just gonna put a hot girl inside the monster. Like, just put a naked girl inside the monster and it's okay. Poor Mickey. He finally bit off more than he could chew. I like how he kills the ward and immediately channels Hex Flash and then stuns him and then tries to run out. But he gets hit by... Now Keria is 6, so he has hold, so he just chucks Gumayushi into him. Caps disrespects... Oh my god, what? Holy shit, he disrespected the chain of corruption and the fact that Keria hit 6. So he takes tower aggro. He knows Keria's 6. Or he should. So he actually just takes aggro and the chain of corruption and then just takes a million tower shots. Ooh, oh, misses Q, misses Faker, misses E. Bummer. Siobhan in minigame, yeah, the dragon taking minigame. Oh, the buckler. It's going. Bonk. For Caps. Caps gonna base check, safeguard, knockback, sonic wave, sizing shove, dodged. Caps trying to get back to Hansama. Oh, nice intercept by Yike on the Q. Up. He still gets hit by Foxfire. Just auto locks onto him. What a play by Mickey, by the way. What a play by Mickey! He sees them going on, like Belveth's trying to ride this out. He sees them going in. Owner goes in, he wallbangs Owner into the turret base, and then 3-man ults while Broken Blade is engaging? Holy shit, great play by G2. Why are we flashing? Oh no, we over pursued. Oh, wow. Faker? Faker wards over the wall, sees Hansama, charms him, and then flashes out of Mickey E? Holy shit, that is so PogChamp. And Faker then TP's back to hit another charm? What the fuck? That was great. Faker has not been having a good series, guys. Granted, his team traded up a lot of the time when he died, but he hasn't had the good TPs. But this is amazing. Look at how Faker plays this. Look at how Faker plays this. I'm pretty sure that's Faker's pink ward. Yeah, it is. He gets a pink ward. So they get engaged on, and look how Faker plays this. He has to make the hero play. He pink wards over the wall, sees Hansama, who's slightly chunked out, but still has about 1,300 HP. Nails the charm onto him, QWR, he has Malignance. Flashes over the wall. He flashes over the wall to dodge Mickey's E, which is channeling, right? Flashes over the wall. And then on top of that, he has the vision to TP afterwards to the deep ward to then get Caps with charm right as his charm comes off cooldown. manages to get caps here with the help of Gumayushi. The map awareness is insane. And he's coming around again. He gets seen on the ward.
Not done just yet.
Oh, big thing here though is that right now they're not able to allow him to go for Baron.
Gets stunned, but they can't kill him. They don't have the damage.
From T1 is still big.
Broken Blade survives for a very long time here. Goes back in. Into
Amazing.
the Bell division. Faker and Carrier start to retreat. Zeus here to try and back up.
Too good. Super good play by Mickey. Yeah, this is really interesting too. Because Carrier puts a ward here, which allows them to see that Jinx is walking past. Oh, no, it doesn't, because it's Mickey's clearing it. But it's really just a control ward. Wow. Amazing. Pay attention to Han's items. I mean, Kraken IE seems pretty good right now. This guy is Warden's Mail, but he built MR first, so it seems all right for the time being.
She has the edge of night. Chain of corruption already used. Weaver's wall in by Caps. Guma flashes. Yike with the knock-up seismic shot. Bates call out. TP in now by T1 as they look to take the fight. Zeus locked up for a moment, and Yike is deleted. Owner found the flag, but now he'll fall. Zeus on the backline onto Hunt.
They use a lot of their engage to make this play onto Guma. But Guma still has flash up, and Caps gets on the far side of the wall. TP immediately from Cassante. I mean, all of Caps' abilities miss. They're in deep trouble now. That's really sloppy. I think this fight is like game losing for G2. That was really bad. They didn't respect the fact that Guma still had flash, and then they missed all their abilities. And Hans isn't there to fight, by the way. He gets zoned out by the TP. He has to drop traps on the TP and try and deal damage to Zeus. Honestly, this isn't Hans' fault. His team just like hits the go button in a really weird way. Broken Blade doesn't actually hit with his Q. Spell Shield is still on him, so Broken Blade can't stick to him. He tries to stick to him, but it just gets absorbed by the Spell Shield. And you're not respecting Guma's flash, and you're not respecting the possibility. You don't have vision. You don't have vision control of this brush. The TP placement fucks Hans so hard, but it's still bad no matter what, guys. They way overcommit. G2 played that. The call was really bad, guys. They didn't have the vision or the control to make that engage. I mean, this was just a goof of a call. This is just a goof of a call. Yeah, the other thing is, that's the other thing. I wasn't even thinking about that. There's Kalista ult too. Why are we overplaying for when we have no information? And there's a Varus with flash and Kalista ult is up and Kalista's right there. And you couldn't possibly know that Kalista was right there. That's the game-losing play, guys. That's the game-losing play. That is just a terrible engage by G2. And Bel'Veth is useless.
The flip side is also true. If Hans dies, the flip side is also true. If Hans dies,
and this fight, I mean, this Baron is just about Mickey getting picked because it's yet another T1 vision trap. Yeah, I can't get in.
The Baron's still low as Owner's looking to smite it. He'll get it. But will Zeus fall when the resets happen for G2?
Mickey's back. Back to die. All right, Owner. No, it's too much.
Owner goes down. G2 have lost two already though, and Zeus can dash back in. On Summer, only the cleanse flash can G2.
All right. They didn't get too excited, all right? I don't know why Owner went back in. That was terrible. Are they trying to just lose the game to Jinx? Like, is that what they're doing? We don't have to win the game here. We could just take Baron. But instead, we should just get Jinx excited, I guess? Owner's like, I'm out. Pops over the wall to Faker, but he's like, but I must go back in. That's some Lee syndrome right there. Okay, so he just gets Jinx excited for no reason. Legit terrible. I like how this keeps going. Somehow. What a terrible re-engage from T1. Holy shit. That was embarrassing. What is Owner doing? Faker has no mana. least he has flash. Caps waste TP. Caps waste TP. Okay. All right. Well, he denied the Chemtech soul. Jhin or Viego would make this so much more playable. Yeah, I mean, Jhin in particular would actually be functional in this situation. The Bel'Veth is terrible. The problem is like, you see where they were going with it with the level 1 strat, where they could have just won the game at level 1 and gotten Bel'Veth super ahead, but T1 reacted super well. And so it ended up being a trade to get bot lane ahead, but Bel'Veth behind. But now Bel'Veth is behind, and Bel'Veth is just a turd. Just useless. Oh, we got a BT? I disagree with the BT. Like, the Vamp Scepter's okay, because you might get poked out by the Varus, right? Or poked out by an REQ. But I don't think you need the BT here. Feels like overkill to get the full BT when you could just get Vamp Scepter. Feels like Vamp is just fine on its own. Bel'Veth, very useful champion. Definitely not just going to get poked out by this comp at this point in the game. Why do we care so much about killing Bel'Veth and we miss our charm? Instead, he just gets wallbanged. Why do we care about killing Bel'Veth? Bel'Veth is a fucking turd. Owner just walks in range so Zach can grab both of them. It should be free, but Faker misses a charm on a self-rooted target. That's pretty bad. He hated the book, dude. That's right, Bel'Veth is just flipping out there, rooted. T1 really trying to lose this game. It's impressive. The Poppy W hit Carrier, but now he's able to auto again, alright. I like how the Bel'Veth has Kraken Slayer too, but because Bel'Veth can never get autos in this fight. Does Bel'Veth auto one time in this fight? Oh, Bel'Veth has done 600 damage, and that's only because Faker kind of inted it. Hansama's autoing for 0 damage into Cassante. Very fun. Nice Q3 by Zeus. All right, back to Baron we go. Mickey did int at the end there. Sorry, we just 2-man it. We can 2-man the Baron. Let's take both objectives at once. Why not? Oh, no, we couldn't get it. Rip. All right, carry a missed Q, but it doesn't matter.
Still 10 seconds away. T1 maybe just go for the inhibitor, but maybe even more. Consents blood in the water can close out the series. Yikes, going for the flank.
Like Poppy and Talia should their job should be literally peel for Jinx. And Jinx has cleanse anyway. So no, Mikhail's is garbage here. You've made many more mistakes if you have to get Mikhail's. In the bot lane, they don't need the inhibs yet. The Weaver's wall coming out. Carrier on the wrong side of it, but he's got the flash. Chain of corruption going wide as T1 look to make their final advance to the base of G2. Zeus keeping Broken Blade at bay. Yike looking for Lichbane decap is unplayable for ADCs. I mean, I don't think Faker should even be able to get in there. So can't stop him with Banshees. Certainly harder. Oh, that's just it. I actually don't think LDR wins this game, guys. I don't think Zeus has not even been remotely close to dying, and I don't think the Jinx gets that many more autos off. The real problem here is this Bel'Veth is nothing. Bel'Veth is like not a champion that does anything. It's like they're playing a 4v5. Jinx, even if Jinx gets more auto attacks, Jinx is never close to actually killing anybody here, and the threat on Jinx, like Hansama is just trying to do whatever he can to the closest target, but if you ask me what the primary issues were, it was that G2 overextension in mid lane, where they got way too horny for Guma, and they gave up Baron. That is the big misplay. And then the other thing is that Bel'Veth doesn't do anything. Like, I don't think you win because you build LDR. I mean, clearly the build isn't optimal, but like, this isn't like one LDR away from victory for G2. It was decision making that ruined them.